Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Sullivan Ask Game, my latest review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Art 5, Episode 94. Or, no, The Right Arm That Shatters Souls. This episode was definitely one of my favorites because it's Jag against Sergey. One of the things I gotta notice the progression, the theme, the music. Oh, the music, the theme, and that they did. They will highlight. They will use all kinds of themes, different themes like the life themes like things when you have more darker pace ones. Especially this new theme at the end that like makes you that draws you into the story. Anyway, let's get to the situation. I mean, Sergey and Jack are dueling. Jack, he's following behind Sergey. Okay, now that he's completely merged with his dual runner or D wheeler, and he's becoming one with it. And I said in my last video, it reminiscent of the Emperors of Iliasta, how they became one with their dual runners, and him using Earthbound um, archetypes, equal to the Earthbound, like similar to the Earthbound Immortals, from Yu-Gi-Oh 5D. These are just multiple references to 5Ds, so many references. I really like this episode a whole lot, because it's taking key things from past seasons and just adding it on. And that's what Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 is, taking key elements from multiple seasons and adding it together. That's one of the things I really like about the series. I definitely praise it a lot because it's very good. Anyway, Sergey, he's being brutal, using the field to his advantage, Earthbound plane, and grabbing Antigar, sending him away. He's literally giving Jack no room to breathe and doing everything he could to defeat Jack. For one thing, he keeps using his synchro fusion combo, summoning more Earthbound servants like Gremlin and Gremlaw, and Sergey is putting Jack into a corner, give him a choice. You either destroy your dragon and Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend or Red Demon Dragon Scarlight, alright, or let it live and give him enemy life points equal to his attack points. But Jack, he doesn't want to discard everything. He doesn't want to discard our Scarlight because it represents his very soul. How Red Dragon Archfiend represented Jack. In the original series, how Archfiend, how Dardos represented Yusei, Black Rose, and all the other signers. That's Jack's ace monster. A piece of him. So Jack doesn't want to discard or something that is literally a part of his soul. What it means to be Jack Atlas, saying that I will do my way, and I'll show you the way, and you discard your own soul, only using these foolish tactics, and I'm gonna do the way I should do it, and that is the king's way of dueling. Like Jack praising himself, I'll let him know I'm gonna follow my way, and his words has some effect on Sergey, in a big way. I'm gonna mention that in a minute. One of the things you gotta notice, during this whole duel, the rioting stopped. Everybody is so, flamboyant, so flabbergasted because they're watching this duel. They're watching Jack battling Sergey, who's literally a monster. And to the comments, Jack it was a ray of hope. He climbed up from the gutter and became to the strongest duelist and became king of the city. And everybody wanted to be like him. People thought he was a traitor because he turned his back. People thought he turned his back on what it means to be a common. But he is a duelist through and through. Oh, and he's up against this monster Sergey, and he's just another cog in the machine, which is Michelle Rogers' plan. He's just another puppet. You know, but things don't go exactly the way he is. He wants Sergey to win. He wants Sergey to win, and so he can take over the city. And it gives them a new hope, so the people can instead of relying on Jad, they can rely on him. But that's not gonna work. Roger's a scumbag. But, he may be smart, but he's not a G. He can't pull this off completely. And everybody in the world, everybody in the city is watching this duel. Everybody is paying attention. All the commons and the rioting has stopped because they're paying attention to Jack, who is also their hero. No, I mean Jack was once most of their hero. He is a hero, and he'll do and they see him going up against this thing, this inhuman thing who's become something else, a machine, But Yuzu, he just still saying that you can't win using just force alone, and that is true. You can't just bend someone to your will just using nothing but power and force. All right, oh, that's common sense. That's something I know. Everybody knows. Anyway, the pressure is on for Jack. Doing his best in this duel. Yuya and Gogenzuka, everybody's watching. Seeing Jack, and, and he's not. He's doing his best to protect Scarlight from being destroyed, only by the Earthbounds. Even though Sergey has turned the field to his advantage, he's not losing his pace. He's not gonna fall behind someone who tossed away his own soul, to use such difficult tricks. And Jack, he duels his way, the way of the king, and someone strong enough that he doesn't let nothing hold him back. That's one of the things I love about this episode a whole lot, because this Jack is reminiscent of 5D's Jack. Jack always Jack climbs to the top. He never falls behind anyone. Even though he never beat Yusei, hey, he never wanted to stand in his shadow. He wanted to stand by himself. And one of the biggest references I got was his burning soul. Oh, I thought we were gonna get a synchro using Scarlight and a tuner, so he can summon an evolved Scarlight, an evolved Red Dragon Archfiend Scarlight, or Red Demon's Dragon, but he didn't do that. And there was a lot of speculations, but it would be cool to see what happens. And Sergey, he continues using his dueling synchro fusion, doing his best. He even summons out a level 10 Earthbound creature that looks a lot like the Earthbound Immortals. Even though the Earthbound, when they showed that they were more 3D, they were more three-dimensional. This one, it's the same animation as the others. Even though it's an Earthbound servant, it still has the same attack and level as some Earthbound. This one reminiscent of a kind of flying devil demon. With a goat's head and dark wings. Things like these are just more cards added to the Earthbound and Bound archetype, and this is very good. These Earthbound cards are very good. And I do like it. These Earthbound cards. But one of the things I gotta know, Jack, he's never giving up, even though his back against the wall, taking beating after beating after beating, and doing everything he can to protect Scarlight. He never complains, not once. He never falters. And then last moment when he wishes for his light, hope, act of hope, the light of hope, getting that one moment, he's not gonna fall behind Sergey and drawing the very card he needs. I mean, if you watch Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, the people, you know, every player, all the main characters, when they at the moment when they're about to win, they draw the right card we need. That's a basic part of the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. Like just one draw, and you get the card and you get the very cards that you need. That's a very basic principle. If you guys have been a Yu-Gi-Oh fan and for a long time, if you read between the lines, it's him summoning in the right card, and turning the tables on Sergey. Okay. At some point, Jack even saves Sergey. Hey, saves Sergey from falling into his doom. Jack saves him. He doesn't want to win using some accident. And in the world of 5Ds, if you fell off your duel runner, then the duel is canceled, and the one who remains on the duel runner is the winner. But Jack doesn't want to win that way. He doesn't want to take the cheap way out. He goes full on and goes diving head first into that battle. In other words, I'm gonna win using my duel skills, not some cheap tricks. And that's one of the things I like about Jack. He's brutally. He may not be. He may not open up a lot, but he's also one of the best duelists that's out there. He's the strongest, and I can't wait for him to duel Yuya one more time. That can't be a two-parter. I hope that's a three-parter. I hope that's a three-part episode. You know, and he even tries to save Sergey again after after what happened. But Sergey, he didn't want to be saved. He wanted to go out his way. Like basically Sergey, something in Jack like respond touched Sergey, like it changed him a little bit. It responded to Sergey. I think it reminded him that Sergey is not just a dual machine; that he's human. One of my favorite moments the most is when Sergey was malfunctioning in error. John Michelle Rogers seeing him blow his top. Getting angry that all of his plans are not going the way he wanted. And that's one of the things I like in this episode. But unfortunately, because of that, it's gonna make Roger do something very desperate. How desperate? Well, I'm not gonna spoil the next episode, but you're gonna have to wait to find out. Trust me, it's gonna be crazy. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This episode was by far one of my favorite of arc so far in the synchro arc. And we already got word that we're getting that they're already moving on to an Exceed arc. They're gonna go to the Exceed dimension, and we're gonna see one of my other favorite characters, another person who uses a dragon. Who is it? I'm not gonna spoil it. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Sullivan Adams. Gave my latest review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, Episode 94. I just love episode. Oh, Jack. Go Jack. Bye.